One of our conversations, we had a combative situation. It seems like she was very, very combative and kind of arguing.
I don't understand why we have to stay away from words that are offensive if they're true. If the guys feel that she's combative in their interactions with her, then that's what the hell it is. She's combative. If you don't like the word, then change your attitude.
So the sentiment for the room was that you're not ready to love.
I didn't call you combative. Whatever he said, that was on him. That came out of his words. So give me the same respect when I'm not around. Like, you are combative. You are a mean girl. You and Janelle both.
I think you're angry about some things that have nothing to do with me, and you assume that they do.
I'm not gonna just hold my tongue anymore because I'm trying to respect you as a woman, but you don't show me no respect.
You sure?
I'm a man first before I'm anything.
So at what point did you feel disrespected?
You don't know about me. So you and everything about you.
Hello guys, welcome once again to our channel. So today we're going to be discussing the episode 10 of Ready to Love, episode 8. That's Dallas. Today's episode was, when I say, I don't know. I was upset. I was pissed off. I had my emotions running high watching this episode. It was so dramatic.
Yeah, it
It
was
was so
very spicy. I mean, like uh, uh, at times I was like, okay, well, who's in the right, who's in the wrong? It was pretty wild.
yeah.
You know,
Wow.
I mean, there was a
Uh,
lot of things that I didn't really expect. I mean, well, I kind of did because I seen what the next episode was going to be about, but still, it was a lot.
Yeah. Now, talking about this stuff, this combativeness that is going on. Um, Janelle and Jessica. I feel
Right.
like they have a bond on the show. They have this sisterhood friendship on the show,
Hmm.
and so they come in a pair. But going off of what happened in today's episode, the how would I put it? I feel like Janelle butted in a situation that was she was not supposed to.
Hmm.
That's how I felt. That Janelle put herself in a situation that she's not supposed to. I understand you are a friend, you are a friend, yes. But still, I felt like it was unnecessary for her to start, you know, wanting to know what or who said that. Especially if you guys already had that inclination of who actually said that, who had that idea in his head. You guys already knew. So I don't understand why Janelle wanted to bring it forward. You already know your friend is pissed off. Like, we know Jessica was pissed off.
Right.
So at that time, is it not for you? I felt like as a friend, you should be looking for ways to calm her down, let her not get pissed off, instead of trying to rise up her annoyance the more. That's how I felt.
Yeah, that was just pretty janky. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like Janelle felt like she was comfortable in her relationship, and I see you're upset, so let me kind of stir the pot a little bit. You know, so she was just basically laying it on thick. You know, and I think she's trying to get alliance within the house, with the women, because right now she's kind of looked at like the the mean girl. I mean, she started off as the mean girl, but now everybody is like,
She's giving the mean girl vibes, like
yeah, yeah, most definitely. And when um, what Chris mentioned that both of you guys are the mean girls, he hit the nail right on the head. Yes, they are. You know, uh, uh, I just, I mean, if you know that you're not a match with somebody, why get upset? I mean, see, that's the part
No,
I didn't really
but
understand.
the person I blame in all this thing is Maurier. I blame Maurier so effing much because yes, something was communicated to you in the lounge. Somebody said one way that you guys had, they had a combative, altercation and whatever. Like him having to come out and say it the same way, especially when he has a connection with this lady, that was outrightly wrong. And I put all the blame on Maurier. Everything that happened in this episode, I put the whole blame on Maurier. And the fact that he sat down there trying to act like the victim, it pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, he could have used better verbiage on how he kind of said what the guy's grievances were. He could have, but some people don't have it in them to use the correct words. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it
Mhm.
was for him. Maybe that's how it was. He just didn't have the right words to use, and maybe he should have thought about it before he actually
He
gave the
should have thought
speech.
about it because I would not see a lady that I am interested in. I say I like, I have a connection with, and somebody called her combative. And my experience with her has not been combative in any way. Why would I come outside and tell you you're combative? When I haven't
Hmm.
had that experience, it's a different thing if we say, okay, Maurier has had that experience with her. And I'll
Right.
be like, okay, fine. He has had the experience with her, so he has the right to call her combative too. But you haven't had that experience with her in any way, shape, or form. But because of one person said she was combative in the lounge, you ran with it, said the same words, and you know that that word is there is nobody. I said it in the other panel I was in. I said there is nobody in this world that
Hmm.
you will stay and literally tell them about their character flaws, and the person will be like, oh wow, thank you very much, well done, that was great.
No.
Yes, because talking about someone's character flaws is the bad things about the person, and nobody on this earth likes to hear about the bad characters about themselves. Nobody wants to hear a bad thing about themselves. They always want to hear about the good things about themselves. Now you see the lady that she's trying to, like, okay, I'm trying to find love, and you told her she's combative.
Hmm.
Of course, it's going to bring out reactions that you did not expect. And for Maurier to come outside and say that, mm,
Yeah, I mean,
that
some people they're not ready for the truth, you know, and it's all about your deliverance. I feel.
exactly. It's also about the deliverance because people tend to, mismatch words. I could say something to you and somebody else will feel a certain way about, or like, oh, I say A and someone said, oh, it's B, you're saying.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, he, like I said, he could have chose a better way of saying it. Like you know, some of the guys feel like you're not compatible. They're not compatible with you instead of you're not compatible. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes it seem like you're the difficult one. Instead of
Exactly.
saying, hey, the gentlemen feel like they're not compatible and they can't give you what you need out of, dating. Instead of saying, well, hey, you're difficult, you're hard to deal with. No woman wants to hear that, especially if they see that you're not really putting forth an effort, you know.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly. Like for me, I fought Maurier in everything that happened.
mhm.
if Maury hasn't said that, I don't think Jessica would have ever thought of asking anybody who said combative about me. It
Mhm.
wouldn't have happened. So Maurier's choice of word was the poorest of the poorest. His choice of words did not do anybody any good. Instead, it caused more harm. And the fact that he was trying to play the victim card, no. That victim card he was trying to play did not do well for me. I felt so pissed off. He
Oh.
was trying to play that victim card. It pissed me off. And another person that I got pissed off was Kat. You know, she was giving me pick me vibes.
Who was?
Katrina.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She was giving me pick me up vibes because okay, because of the person you thought you had a connection with is now out of the show. You now saw this guy you want to chase. You feel like what he did was right. And the way it pissed me off that she was like, oh, if they say about you you're combative, okay, then stick with your, then change your attitude. If it was her, that somebody else came and said that about her, you are combative, would she have taken it with like, oh yeah, thank you very much? Just because
Yeah.
people tend to give opinions to people's reaction because they're not in that same position. You can't tell somebody how to react to whatever they want to react to.
Right.
You can't tell the person how hot they should be, or how pain they should be. It is not, you can't just do that. It depends on the person themselves. And for her to come and say, because all of a sudden you now like Maurier, you're like, oh, I didn't understand that. Like, please.
Well, I think she was more upset that Maria didn't have her back, you know, and say, well, I've never experienced that with her, you know,
Oh,
and I think when she knew that they were all talking about her, that she was the subject, you know, of not being ready to love, I think she kind of really got butt hurt, because she's like, okay, I'm serving this man his plate. I'm taking his plate away. I'm, giving him the desserts. I'm thinking that we're solid, and you're in a room full of guys, and they pick me. How come you didn't say something in my defense? And then when she was asking who it was, he walked out the room. Because I was like, hey, where you going, buddy? This is a discussion, Where the heck are you going? He excused himself. Do you remember that?
yeah, I remember that. I was talking about the fact that Katrina came and was trying to be like, because she all of a sudden started liking Maurier, she was not like, oh yeah, if they called her combative, that means she should have to change her
Oh,
attitude.
oh, yeah. Well, Catherine, she doesn't really have any connections right now. She's kind of just trying to figure out who can keep her on the show right now because, I mean, I would have never thought her and Maria would have got together. You know what I'm saying? Or I never seen where their attraction was towards each other. You know? So it's like, okay, I'm in the doghouse, with Jessica. So why not talk to Kat? Because she's making herself available. It kind of looked like thirst trappish. You know? I mean, in
Oh
my
man.
eyes, it looked like she was kind of thirsty.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like
Yeah.
she was really, really testy. Like she was just trying to console the guy, trying to be for him, even when you know that it was not your business. If anybody had the right to talk about this issue, it was between Chris, Jessica. and Maurier. Nobody else. Any other person butting in where you are just trying to cause confusion and problems. That
Mm-hmm.
was how I felt. Any other person that tried to impute that 5 cents was literally butting in and uninvited.
Right. I think she's just trying to claim. A lot of people are. I notice they're trying to get their alliances together. You know, with the opposite sex. So when the tables turn, they'll have some kind of consideration about that person. You know. So I think she was just trying to get all her ducks lined up in a row. So when the guys have control, you know, she won't be the next one to leave because I mean, other than that, trying to make a connection with Maurier, you know, what other connection does she really have? Because it seemed like her and Chris kind of fizzled out. You thought for a moment they were maybe gonna start something on the little trip, but it was nothing afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, what Phil wasn't interested in her, so who else? Just looked a little thirsty to me.
Hmm. Exactly. As in, I felt very like off. We had trying to impute herself, trying to say, keep quiet,
Mm.
keep the earth quiet, like face your own issues. And for that part you were talking about her, I love the fact that Jessica called him out because Maureen needed to be called out.
Right.
You came outside, you called me combative, and the both of us has been having a smooth sailing. We have never had any combative thing going on between the both of us. Then you come outside in front of everybody and say, I'm combative. That means it's a general consensus that I'm combative.
Right.
And for you to use that particular language, that means probably I too have been combative with you. And truthfully, I haven't been ever combative with you.
Right. Now that's a big turn
So,
off.
so you decided to use that language. That was a turn off, and I was happy that she called him out
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
because
That
he
need
needed it.
it, yeah, it
He
needed to
need
be said.
he's acting like a snake,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that he was expecting Chris to come out and say, "Oh, I did it." Why? Why would I?
Yeah, Chris wasn't gonna say a word. He threw the rock and held it
Yeah.
and
Why
hid his
would he?
hands.
He has already seen that the situation was bad.
Yeah,
It's like you see a bad situation and you're going to make it worse. Why should I do that to myself?
right. I mean, I don't think Jessica is combative. I think that she's a strong individual and she has strong points that she wants to make
Yeah,
about her life.
she's very assertive of what she wants.
Yeah,
She knows what
she's
she
direct.
wants.
She's direct. You know, and if a man can't deal with a direct woman, then you're kind of a weak man because these are just words. You know, it's like, how do you comprehend the conversation? First off, you know, and then second off, don't get into your emotions. You know, and so yeah, I just think that she's just a strong woman. And Chris, she was too strong for Chris. Chris wants a woman who's going to bow down and be all up into his business, pick up his laundry, pick up his favorite meal on the way home, and wash his car for him. And, you know, he needs a personal assistant, not a girlfriend.
I did say something. I When I was in the other panel, I said something. I said I realized something while watching this episode that the both of them are combative. Chris is combative.
Oh, yes.
Jessica is combative. None of them were right in this situation. The both of them were wrong. They handled it wrong. But I feel like Chris still sees himself like, yeah, I did right by what I did.
Yeah. But I mean, Jessica was kind of baiting him, though. You know what I'm saying? She was looking smug and, looking at him like, well, I already know what I'm about to tell you. You gotta go. You know, I mean, if you just look at how she was, her body language, you know what I'm saying? And so he didn't appreciate it, you know, and I didn't think that he was gonna, I didn't think that when we seen a preview of the next episode, I didn't think that he would be talking to her, you know what I'm saying, like that. But yeah, he finally showed his true self. He said he is not holding on to any of his emotions. He's not going to keep quiet. He's tired of keeping quiet. You know, when a person explodes on you like that, that's how they felt about you the whole time. You know, because that didn't just come
I,
out of nowhere.
and the fact that he still called her combative in that place. But did you also notice the production that was produced there? Did you
No,
notice that they cut and joined some conversations?
no, I didn't. I didn't. Which ones did they
Oh,
join
the
together?
parts where he flared up. Well, if you listen to the question she asked and his
Mm,
reaction, you will know that there's something missing in between.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Yeah,
Wow.
there, there's something missing in it. Production is also at fault for this because when I saw that she was the one that was going to question him to tell him he was being removed from the, it's like I said, this is a bad idea
Decision. Mm-hmm.
because if I was the one, literally, if I was the one, um I see somebody that we are not in good terms coming to deliver a bad news to me, the first thing
Right.
that will come to my mind is, am I sure this person is not even the person that orchestrated this bad news coming to my side? This person coming to tell me this bad news is literally making this person happy
Yeah.
to be the bearer of this bad news. It's just it will rile up a lot of things in me. Like, I don't want my enemy coming to tell me something's bad is going on in my life. That is even the worst situation you can be on. So for production to send Jessica to be the same person, Jessica and this guy are not in good terms, and they have not talked it out, but you decided that, okay, fine, I'm going to send Jessica to go and deliver the baddest of news. Mm.
Hmm. Yeah. I, it's hard for somebody who you know don't like you to come and tell you something that you're not ready to hear, you know, and then they're being real direct about it. You know, like I said, she looked like she kind of enjoyed telling him that, you know, and I think he kind of seen that on her face and was just like, you know what?
Exactly.
I'm about to let you have it because I have nothing to lose, you know.
She was enjoying it.
Oh,
You could
yes.
see the side eyeing, She, Jessica is this kind of girl that they might not necessarily be loud, but they can tell you the most hurtful things.
Hmm.
I have a friend like that. But her hers is that she says things, she takes it saying she will say is play, she's playing with you, but to the next person you will feel so hot. So what we used to do is whenever we bring um like other of our friends around her, I
Uh-huh.
don't like them being close to her because I know she would literally say, there's no way she would say one stupid thing that if it's up to me I would understand because I know her.
Right.
I know that's her character, I know that's her flaw, so I don't take anything she says like that personal.
Right.
And she does it to me because she knows that I don't take it personal. That is our relationship. But for somebody else that doesn't
Mm.
know that's how it is, literally will pick the most offense. And I've seen it happen where somebody came around, although it wasn't my own friend, somebody came around and she said something and the person picked it was like a huge. I had to start playing that she didn't mean it like that. Once you understand her, you realize that all these things she's saying doesn't even reach her tongue. So that's the thing. Sometimes I feel like this Jessica and Christine is I don't think Chris meant what he said the way that he came out. The only fault I would fault Chris is that Chris should have gotten a better choice of words
Right. I mean, he could have
than
refrained
saying
himself.
combative. He could
Yeah.
have found a better word that would have, at least she would have been understanding to
Right.
it. Then another part of what Chris is that you are telling the lady to bring her softer side. Do you have a softer side? Don't
Yeah.
demand what you don't have. You can't be demanding from me what you don't have.
That's true.
You're
That's
coming to
true.
me saying, I need your softer side, and you are late in and telling somebody she will never, she's those kind of ladies that will get old and they will never get a man. Are you soft like that?
Mm. Yeah.
Uh,
He was a little harsh in what he had to say. He could have refrained, and not show that side of himself. I hate when somebody makes me get out of character. You know what I'm saying? And all this stuff comes spewing and spilling out my mouth, because sometimes I have a mouth that just won't stop when I get to that point. So I don't like people to bring me out of my character. I rather excuse myself from the conversation, you know, like, for instance, date night with me and my husband. We, go to this place we always go to. And this guy said, "Oh, I remember you. You were the one who was bitching." And I I looked at him. "I don't remember you." So I told him, "Well, since you know, then tell me what the conversation was about." He couldn't even tell me. So I'm like, "Okay, you just wanted to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? You wanted my attention for what? I'm with my husband. You know what I'm saying?" And no, I don't bitch at my husband. It's date night. Now, what am I bitch for? I'm too busy being cute
mhm.
and loved upon. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think he just wanted to say something, but what a thing to say. You know, the last time I seen you, you were bitching about something. Excuse me, sir? So yeah, it's a choice of words, that will make a woman kind of lose her last brain cell if you're not addressing her right. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a woman and you haven't disrespected anybody, and you're being cordial and you're being poised, you know, and then have somebody
Mhm.
come out and tell you, you're just uncontrollable and you're disrespectful, and you're blah blah blah, and you bitch and moan too much, and that person doesn't even know your character. You know what I'm saying? Don't make an assumption, because hey, everybody, they can make an assumption if they want to, but your assumption is misplaced.
Exactly. Like I said, I was in the other group, and a lot of people were, in support of Chris. He was also even on the chat forum. He was chatting up with them because
Uh-huh.
she's the owner of the YouTube channel, is one of the biggest ready to love YouTuber.
Hmm.
So I saw a lot of people like coming saying that, yeah, he was wrong. Jessica is, and I'm like, stop it. Jessica is not. You can't blame one person for everything. He was
Right.
wrong. She was wrong. The situation was
Correct.
wrong. There
Correct.
is nobody that came out. For me, there's nobody that came out here the victor.
True.
The both of them were effing wrong in their approach, in their mannerisms, in their response, in the way they did things. The both of them were wrong. There's nobody that said that I will look and be like, okay, yeah, you were supposed to do this. And the part where he said, I'm a man. I'm a man first of all. Did you get a part?
Yeah.
Uh,
I was like,
I
okay,
was
what
like,
is he gonna do? Stand up and raise his arm and hit her or swing? Like, okay, we know you're a man. I tripped off of that. It kind of blew my mind. Like, okay, don't stand up. Don't. That's what I was thinking to myself. Don't stand up. We know you're a man. You're getting upset. calm it down, don't stand up, because if I would have been in that position, if he would have stood up, I would have had the chair in my hand. And believe me, I would have hit him so quick with the chair because I'm always protect myself. See, that's what I'm saying about people getting you out of your character. That's not normally my character, but I'm always protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Especially against a man. I was kind of scared for her a little bit. I don't know if you felt like that. Were you like a little afraid of his temper?
Mm. The only thing is that I feel like probably she said something with the way she was, doing, or her attitude. I feel maybe she said something that
Hmm.
pissed him off, and he went off, of
Yeah.
course. But I also, at the end of the day, he was wrong. Even when he was pissed off, the things he said, wow,
Yeah.
they were
Un-
out of character. And I
Unflattering.
understand. See, I understand when he was even pissed off and I was saying he was saying those things. I understood because I said he's a Nigerian guy. Most of how the ones that the older ones that was bred like and he's a royalty, so he believes like, oh, everybody should, I'm the man, I'm the head, I'm the leader, those kind of things.
Right.
So that's the when he said I'm a man, I was like, the Ninja. I just said it. I say, Ninja breed has raised up. He has the Ninja breed in him has raised up
Mm.
because I don't know. At the end of the day, I fault Maurier one. I fault production two. I also fault both of them, both Jessica and Chris.
Right. Right. I just think that, their communication skills are really lacking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if this was
Mhm,
just drummed up for the drama. You know what I'm saying? But I thought they
mhm,
made that distinction a while ago. But we're not dateable, we're not compatible, you know. And as far as whatever Chris's opinion was about her, it shouldn't have went in the circle where they were with Tommy and talked to Mons with the men. You know what I'm saying? They're just not compatible. It's not that she's you know, I didn't feel that she was really complacent. I felt that she's just a strong woman and she has strong opinions. Every woman knows how they
yeah,
want to be treated.
exactly.
You know,
Everybody knows how they want to be treated. Everybody knows how they love to be treated. So
yeah.
she's just like that. There are some women that don't like men taking care of them. I think I argued that with a friend of mine after watching
Hmm.
the episode. There are some women that are out there don't like men taking care of them.
True.
They love to have their own thing. They love to have to buy their own thing, And there are some women that love men taking care of them.
Hmm.
You get
I agree.
at the end of the day, it's what you love, you should stick with. Don't try to preach. I used to say something. I have my beliefs, I have my stuff, I know things that I feel like I'm comfortable on. But at the end of the day, you yourself, you have your own beliefs, you have the things you believe in, you have the things you stick with. Once you realize that, of course, we might not believe in so many things at the same time. Once you realize that there's something of mine that I maybe there's something I believe in you don't like, or there's something you believe in I don't like, I'm not going to question you about it.
Right.
I'm not going to judge you about it. But if there's something you believe in and I don't like, as much as I'm not questioning you about it, don't come preaching to me about it.
Hmm.
Don't come trying to change me to suit your own beliefs, because I
True.
will not try to change you to suit
Hmm.
my own beliefs. I understand your beliefs. I respect you believe that, and I'm
Right.
sticking with you like that as a friend.
Right.
So I also deserve that. You should respect where I'm standing from. You should respect what I believe in. You should respect in everything and let's just be like that. As far as I don't come at you and be like, oh, I don't like how you do your things. I don't like that you are, in this kind of beliefs, or you believe in this kind of thing. As far as I don't do that to you, don't do that to me, and don't try to, force me to understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from, but don't try to force me to be that stuff if I don't
Right.
want to be.
Right.
So
Completely
that is
understand.
just the whole thing about this. Chris thought that if he told her once or twice, I like a softer woman, and she'll be like, okay, yeah, oh, fine, okay, I like a woman that I will always take care of. He'd be like, okay, okay, fine, I want that. But Jessica has always been somebody that has been strong, independent, been for herself. She doesn't really depend on anybody to be who she is. That is who she has been for how many years now. You can't expect that to just change. You don't change characters just like that. It's like telling a smoker, you telling me a smoker changed smoking, a smoker that's been smoking for 20 years changed from smoking in 1 week. How is that possible? Hi, Jennifer, are you still here? Because I can't hear you again.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm hearing you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, my phone was just freezing up. Sorry about that.
Okay. So that's the thing. She just can't change. I felt like probably he felt like if I tell her I like his softer side, she was gonna change to the softer side. And that's not who she is.
Yeah.
And I feel like right now I might have been saying that Aries was not somebody for him, but with the way he is, the way Chris is, I feel like Aries is the best woman for him. Seriously.
For
Because she has
Chris?
a softer side, she's calm, she's collected. No, so I feel like Aries would have been a better choice for Chris right now, watching everything unfold.
Hmm. I still think Lee and him kind of would make a better couple because she's soft spoken, and you see her femininity, and you know now as far as Aries, I, I don't think her match is really there. I don't really see it. I understand she has a sexual maybe attraction towards Phil, but I don't really see it kind of long term, because like I said before, I would be kind of skeptical. Like, okay, is he a job hopper? I mean, does he go from job to job? Like, where's the stability at? You know what I'm saying? So I just think her person isn't gonna be there.
And I think that another mistake is that most of the guys on this show are not for these ladies, because most of these ladies are very accomplished.
Right.
So these guys are literally not for them.
Well, don't tell Janelle that.
Oh, oh my Jesus.
Ooh, don't tell her, honey, because uh, she is gonna make that man marry her in less than 6 months, and they're having kids, as far as she's concerned.
Well, before we go to others, let's talk about this lounge issue. How did you feel about what happened in the lounge? Jessica kind of referring to Lee, that he cannot buy me gifts, he can't buy me a gift, blah blah blah. How did you feel about that?
Well, I think it was a little shade, you know what I'm saying? Because for one, Jessica, she is not digging Chris. You know what I'm saying? So when she
Mm-hmm.
found out Chris is buying gifts, and Tommy was like, any of you rest of you guys get any shoes, you know. And then I think the more Lee was defending Chris, the more uh, Jessica was getting upset. That's her experience with Chris. Two totally different experiences, two totally different women. You know, so I mean, it seemed like she was upset with her for having a good time with her and not seeing the things that she sees. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah.
It's
I
like
felt
I'm
like
not
what
gonna
what
I'm
what
not
was
gonna
pissing
watch
her.
you. Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
watch you paint a picture of black and gray. And I know that this person has been like a rainbow and a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? But you're just saying, oh no, he's this, and there's a dark cloud over his head and follows him wherever he goes. You know, like we're all natural thinkers here. Your experience
But
is not going to be my experience. I have to judge things from how I experience it.
exactly. That's why I say I still fault Moray, because he had the right to judge from his own experience, not from
Right.
somebody else's experience. So that
Exactly.
is Chris's experience with Jessica. But I feel like also she too was feeling bad because they are not trying to listen to our own experience, because Chris is coming to tell them this, but they are not trying to understand that she too also has an experience with Chris, and it has not been the greatest.
Right.
So I feel like that was where she was getting pissed off. And I also loved Aries for this. Aries literally told her that, why are you getting offended at Chris and not at Maurier? Maurier was the one that said it. He could have just not have said it, but he said it.
Right. Yeah, I was watching Aries' face when they were going when Jessica and Lee were going back and forth. I was watching Aries' face, and it was like a little bit uncomfortable for her, because she was like, "Whoo!" Like, "Oh my god." She was still sipping her wine, but her facial expressions, I was kind of like reading her facial expressions, like she didn't expect the two of them to be, or Lee to be so passionate about what she was saying, and Jessica to be so kind of cut off and negative. And I
No,
don't know.
but Aries was not really supporting Chris. She was just like, she should be more upset at Maurier
Right.
than Chris.
Yeah, but I was just saying between those two conversation, I was watching Aries' face, how she was looking, like what's
No,
going on.
Aries, even on the live, the panel I was in earlier on, Aries was on the live chat,
Uh-huh.
and she said something. She said, as much as I'm, because her and Chris are close, even after the show, she was
Okay.
like, as much as I would say, what I would say is that Chris was wrong in the way he handled things.
Right.
Get Chris was wrong, because when I came up live, I was like, nobody is here talking about how Chris is this. Because have you all heard from Jessica? Jessica hasn't come to plead her own case.
Mm,
Chris is the only one here pleading his case, not Jessica.
mm,
So before I would make a concrete judgment and say, okay, fine, this is who I feel was wrong, is when I hear from both sides.
right.
When I hear from Chris and I hear from Jessica. And probably that will be probably after the reunion. Then we'll know, okay, this is exactly what happened after reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Come out. But for now, I'm just gonna give my own and say the both of them were wrong. I'm not gonna say Chris was more of a wrong than Jessica was. No, or Jessica was more in the wrong than Chris was wrong. The thing is that everybody reacts to things differently. You
Sure.
cannot judge you cannot say, I know how this person will react. Sometimes you might feel like you might know how they'll react, and you'll be shocked that that's not how they will react.
Mm-hmm.
So I no, Chris could not say Jessica will react like this if I say it like this. Such as Jessica could not anticipate that this is how Chris will react when I say these things. So they got the reactions for their actions. They got the
Right.
reactions for each of them's action. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I'm gonna put the blame on the both of them. And I understand, and I understand that at that moment in this lounge, what I felt was Jessica's issues was like she was wanting another black woman to like be like, okay, black on black, I'm gonna support a black woman. But it's not like that these days. I just can't go ahead supporting you because you're a black woman, even if I know you might be wrong. I'll just go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and support you. You get it's not, people, we should, learn that it's not going to be like that. And I felt that that was what she was aiming for. Like, okay, as a black woman, you're a black woman, you should all know that. Just support me immediately. Let me know. Tell me I'm right, And
Right.
that's not it.
Right. I kind of like blame production because, that could have turned out a whole different scenario. You know what I'm saying? Would have Chris actually would have snapped? You know what I'm saying? I mean, his mouth snapped, but what if his brain would have snapped? Because, you know, those two, it seems like it was building up and building up and building up. So why would you let her be the one to disqualify him, to let him know he was disqualified and he's not ready to love? So I kind of
Yeah.
blame production.
But there's another thing I was thinking. There are five ladies here, and I know we had Ari supporting Chris. We had uh, Lee supporting Chris. We had Chris and Katrina supporting Chris. So who
Mhm.
amongst these three ladies voted for Chris to also be dumped? Because I was surprised that Chris was the one that was dumped instead of Maurier.
Mhm.
Who amongst
Right.
these ladies? Because for them, it has to be 3-on-2 or 4-on-1 for them to have said, okay, yes, Chris will be the one to go home. So I know, of course, Jessica was supposed for Chris to go home. I know Janelle was supposed for Chris to go home. Who again decided that okay, Chris was going to go home for them to send him home?
Right.
Because I feel it was Kat because she wants to still build that relationship with Maurier. I feel it was Kat.
Mm. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel it was Kat that voted for for Chris, making it 3-on-2. And on she came on Instagram and was blabbing nonsense all through since yesterday the episode dropped. And I'm like, is this guilty conscience that you were amongst those that voted for Chris to be dumped?
Oh wow.
Yeah, she has been ranting rubbish. Like it's pissing me off because when I said she was a pick me, I understood what I was saying because she has been saying nonsense on Instagram. Like it's been pissing off. She's talking about the issue. Even the person, Jessica herself, has not even addressed the issue.
Mm.
But you, that it's not your business. You were not in the situation. You don't know how she was feeling. You don't know anything. You are the one addressing the issue. Why? Why would that be?
Well, hey, I guess it's good to get more people on her page looking at her comments or giving her more comments, you know. But like I said, it just her and Marier's relationship just looks a little thirsty.
Yeah, like I feel like they're just trying to hang on to each other.
Yeah, just so they can try and make it towards the end. But I mean, like, then who are you gonna pick? Because none of you guys really truly like each other like that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
like you're kind of stuck on the show. You signed these papers, you're obligated to see the show through. It doesn't seem like none of you guys are really compatible and none of you guys really like each other.
Yeah. Or did you see when this lady was sent out? Like it seemed like she was happy to be removed from the experience. Sierra.
Oh yeah. That that
She
that
looked
was
so done with the experience.
yeah.
She looked so done. And I was happy for her because I don't think any guy was interested in her.
No. It was time for her to make her exit. It was time because she was kind of wasting her time looking for love with that bunch of guys. Her love wasn't there.
At
You know?
all. Her love was not there.
Yeah, he wasn't there. So when she told Maria, look, if you're not into me, I can pack my bags. A matter of fact, I never unpacked my bags since I got here. She
Yeah, she
she
was
was
she was ready
ready.
to leave.
Yes, she was ready then because she knew what time it was. She knew that, hey, my love, the love I'm looking for, is not here amongst these guys.
Uh-huh.
So why even pretend? Why fake it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was ready to dip. She was really ready to dip. And
Oh
another thing that like literally made me laugh was this scene when they were fishing and Lee and Quinton was talking, and we had our able lady Janelle. Oh, did you catch a fish, babe? I'm like,
yeah.
what the heck?
It's like she be looking out the windows from the house, don't she? Like she has her eyes all on it. This boy cannot breathe. He can't cough. He can't choke. He he can't turn around in a circle, or she's gonna be right there. Oh, babe, are you dizzy? Like, golly, she is smothering. She is. I swear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she
But
is
there was
auntie
something else I
vibe.
realized, that Quentin is also giving her the space. Quentin is giving her the allowance to do this. Because I believe if Quentin has, in a certain way, made her known that I don't like what you were doing, I don't send what you were doing, she would have maybe reduced it on a minimal. But he was entertaining. So he was like, yeah, cut a fish. I want to cook with you. Like, he's entertaining it. He's giving her more power to do that rubbish.
Yeah, he was egging her on. I caught us some dinner, and you don't even like seafood, fool. You know what I'm saying? He, he said I don't even like seafood, but you over there talking about you
Oh
catching
my
dinner. Like
god.
I was
He
like,
doesn't even like seafood. Wow.
yeah, I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
okay, now she is gonna be
Oh.
all over your back. You gonna have to carry her big butt, cause she ain't gonna let nobody near you. She's like a massive. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna let you come to the front door and ring the doorbell. She gonna be all over. Like, God, let the boy breathe. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Hmm.
look, when you have a mate, you can't be like holding on to him so tight, thinking, oh well, they might go be with somebody else. Let them breathe. If they're gonna be with somebody else, they're gonna be with somebody else. Time will tell you everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make your choice. I'm not gonna smother nobody, you know? And she is just like, I swear, you would see her in the house, and the next thing you know, she's in the backyard screaming stuff or demanding his attention. And I'm like, golly, auntie, please sit down. You know, God,
Oh
Jesus.
god.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
wow.
sorry, she gives me auntie vibes. And I'm
Yeah,
older
yeah.
than
She
her, but
she
she
gives
gives me,
everybody anti vibes.
yeah. And I'm older than her, but like, golly, like let a brother breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let him enjoy another male's company, and another female, because this is still like a competition. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You chopping down the competition. Let
Mm-hmm.
him sit back and watch what he does. Because still you have to make your decision, or you just so focused on being a wife and a mother that
Mm-hmm.
you're not letting a person breathe.
Mm.
You know,
Exactly. Isn't she's
yeah.
giving that anti vibes.
Yes.
She's giving that anti vibes. Like I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like making that stuff happen. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And the fact that, like I said, he's egging her on, the way he was like, when they went on a date after, he was like, the only reason why I didn't my last relationship is because she was not appreciative of me. I'm like, really?
I
Are you
know.
even appreciative of yourself?
Yeah, all I heard was wham, 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 wham. Like,
You know,
uh,
like,
yeah, she wasn't appreciative. She didn't say thank you enough. I mean,
I don't understand. The guy hasn't even talked and she's laughing. Like, I'm like, why are you laughing? Like, I just feel she just has this lust over him. She just lost him over this body.
yeah,
He's not the finest in the whole group. He's not the most handsome.
no,
Like, for me, he's not even attractive. I see him and I don't feel like he's someone I would see and I'm like, okay, he's that attractive. It's just that gym body that she's looking at, like, woo! Someone with this body looking at me. I
yeah,
must be very,
but
very,
yeah, but
very,
when,
very beautiful.
yeah, but when she gets with him, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be always in the gym. Is she gonna go to the gym with him?
He's
You know,
always, even
and then
if you follow him on Instagram, he's always about gym. I think that's his profession. That's where he wants to like dabble in. He's always in the gym talking about what to eat, the right calories of food, what you eat to get your carbs, what that's what he's always on his Instagram. And I noticed something. I think after
mhm,
last week's episode, after that outburst she had over
the
what do they call
barbecue,
it?
they were
No,
barbecuing.
yes, the barbecue and also the talk of a man taking care of a woman stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came out on Instagram and he posted a statement after about it, like how a lot of what happened and everything. So I was like, I was gonna talk about it on the during the week. I was gonna have do a short video about it and post it on the channel.
Right.
So I screen grabbed the post, but during the week, I think I was clearing my phone because my phone was getting filled up. So I was clearing my phone and I mistakenly deleted that stuff. Then I
Mm-mm.
went back. So I said, okay, fine. Since it's on Instagram, I'll just go back to his Instagram page and just do another screen grab. And I checked. This guy has literally deleted everything.
Oh
He
wow.
deleted it. I don't deleted it off.
Oh
And the
wow.
only thing even on this show, he doesn't post anything about the show. Maybe he just once in a while posts it on his story.
Mm.
He posts it on his story, that's all. He doesn't post anything about the show. He's always about the gym, the blah, everything, gym. And I'm like, oh God. How is this guy with Janelle? What does she see in him? Like, it's like you're seeing the signs and you are just running.
Yeah, but my thing is like she's gonna get really either real tired of him always at the gym looking at all these shapely beautiful women and trying to get their bodies tight and snatched, or either she's gonna be at the gym kind of watching his every step and watching who he's looking at, and like who wants to live like that? You know what I'm saying? Dang. Is Janelle ready to make a change for herself, like getting healthy, so she can be with this guy? Because, if he's into health like that, you know what I'm saying? He's going to want
Yeah.
a mate that shares his same interest,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't see how it's going to work if you don't share some of the same interest.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think
I
that's
don't.
why he's kind of attracted to Lee. You know what I'm saying? He won't let
Mm-hmm.
Lee get too far. Lee is right still within eye shot of him. Janelle,
Yeah.
she's smothering. Maybe right now he likes the smothering because maybe his ex didn't smother him enough. So he's liking all that, but he keeps Lee in eyesight because that's more of his style.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see.
Mm.
I could be
Ah.
wrong, but that's what I see.
You could be wrong. Oh my god. Um. Now we let's come to this situation. I feel like this was just a pick me updates. They are trying to pick each other up.
Yeah, but I mean, why now?
Just to stay on the show. I think
Yeah.
that is just a game to stay to the finale of the show. And what's the essence? Is that love?
No, no, I,
Is
I,
that love?
yeah, I just don't see where they can even feel compatible. You know what I'm saying? I get all that. She's starts saying, "Hey, I like you because you're really spiritual, and I don't care what type of spiritual you are as long as you're spiritual." And I'm like, "Girl, where have you been all these weeks?" You know, you were looking at Herbert, and you were looking at Phil. Maurier been there the whole time.
Why?
You know,
Like, that's why I say she's giving me pick me up vibes.
yeah, thirst bucket. That's what I want
Maria
to
has
call
been
it.
there since the beginning, and you never give him this thing for the light of day. You never give him any looks, nothing, nothing.
Yeah,
Then all of a sudden, from nowhere, you were looking at Maureen. How?
yeah. You go into his
It
room,
looks
checking on
fakish to
him, making
me.
sure he's okay, and let the man
From
take a shower, get out the guy's room because you know you just trying to score points to keep you there longer. It just didn't look right for her. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No, I guess maybe I put her at higher standards. That, hey, if your person ain't there, your person ain't there. Why ain't try and make somebody try to be your person? It,
Mhm.
you know right away. Well, when you walk into a room and you start mingling with a person, you know if you're attracted, if the attraction could go any further, or does it stop here? You know what I'm saying? So I just think that was just like a ploy to make sure that when the men got control, she wouldn't be the next woman leaving.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That it was
Hmm.
just a ploy for because next week the men will be in control. So
Exactly.
let me hold on to one guy at least. I'm not gonna be dumb. Man, I
Exactly.
hate that kind of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's not a good look. You know, definitely wasn't a good look.
I,
Not
I
not for
literally.
Katerina. I mean, because she's beautiful. She got it going on. She's single. You know, it's almost like groveling. You know, I'm gonna grovel for the scraps because I'm hungry. Nah, I'm a starve. No, thank you. I will not eat off of somebody else's plate. I want my own plate. See what I'm saying? you know. So it just looked like she was just eating someone else's scraps, and she was awfully thirsty. You know,
Wow.
and I'm just saying, I don't think that she should have took that position. I would have just been hungry then. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, my person
Mhm.
ain't here. More like Sierra. Sierra knew her person wasn't there.
Yeah,
You
she
know,
knew she knew her person wasn't there.
yeah. So she was like, "Hey, send me home. Matter of fact, my bag is packed." you know, I would have figured Katharina would have been more like that. You know what I'm saying? Because she seems like
Mhm.
she carries herself at a high standard. You know, and like none of those guys to me were any type of prize anyway.
So talking about progress, this relationship, I don't think it's gonna work.
Mm,
I don't think it's gonna work because they are too different. Like, wait, did you listen to the conversation they had here?
yeah, what Winfred just said.
The conversation where they were talking here, and he was like, she was using style to tell him that she needs a secured man. She needs a man that knows what he wants because Phil is not just that guy.
Yeah,
He isn't just that guy.
right. Like I said, it doesn't seem like he knows really what in life. I mean, he's probably down for making money. You know what I'm saying? But you have too many business ventures. You can't start something and then stop it 4 years later and then jump into something else. You're too old for that. You,
Yeah.
you know, you, you got a kid to support. You know, so trying to get into a relationship with a person who has a kid. So that means when you're not working, she has to carry the load for you and your kid now because you guys are like trying to form this family. That's a lot to put on a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That has her own children. So maybe Eris is kind of thinking about that now. Like, okay, time for fun and games to stop all the foot rubs and, holding me close. And, you know, now she's thinking, like, well, how's life going to be if we really get together? Yeah, you better think about it, girl. Because he's jumping jobs like a 21-year-old that's just getting
Yeah,
started.
he procrastinates a lot.
Yeah.
She doesn't need that.
No.
She doesn't need
Yeah.
that at all.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to really work out.
I don't know. I can bet everything that the relation, even if they made it out of the show together, right?
Right. Right.
Even if they made it out of the show together, I feel like they they wouldn't last.
Exactly. I just read what Winfred's just said.
Oh, Felix, stop Felix. Like he is. At this age, you don't know what to do with your life. You're bouncing from one place to another. That's
Yeah.
that's a confused human being.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And a woman that's trying to run her house ship shape and trying to be out there looking for love don't have time for no confused man.
Yeah.
Either you know what you want and you're going after it, or you're going to sit by the side, and let me do my
Mm-hmm.
thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, now coming to this, like I felt a certain kind of way that he only bought the sleeper sandals for Lily. I felt like he himself too was trying to buy favors. No, truthfully, he might be guy that gives, but I feel like he was doing this so that he too might not be at the bottom. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility, but I don't know. Do they genuinely like each other? Do they hang out after the show?
Yeah, they are still friends, but I don't think whether they are very close of a friend because I've not seen them together, but they still like chat, they comment on each other's pictures.
Mm.
Uh, he posts whenever she posts a picture and it's beautiful, he like posts it on his story, but she doesn't do it for him. He is the one that does it. So I
Oh.
don't know.
Well, it could be very well, he bought the gift to make sure that he's not the one to go home. And hey, she was trying to talk for him, but it just didn't work because uh what's her name? Jessica wasn't trying to
Just
hear
trying.
that conversation. Yeah, she wasn't trying to hear all that protect. and listen to the stuff that she had to say about Chris. You know, she wasn't trying to hear that. She wanted Chris gone.
Mm.
You know, so it could be very well that he got her those shoes because he knew that elimination day was coming. You know, because
I also feel
why didn't he give her the shoes the first day they got there?
exact. Ah, thank God I'm not the only person thinking about it. Because when I was trying to talk about it on the other panel, everyone was looking at me like maybe I was a supporter of Jessica all of a sudden. But I was trying to like be objective, like all this while you didn't give her the gifts. You then waited to almost the time when they will go to the lounge or when you guys were almost gone. You're like, oh, I got you a gift. I want to give
Yeah,
you.
yeah. What was that
And
about?
why? And again, why didn't he give the gift to Aries? He gave it to the one person that he knows that she's easily moved by gifts. I felt like it was um like planned. He could have as well given the gift to Aries. But I
True.
feel like he knows that Aries is not that kind of person that really is that moved by those kind of gifts. But Lee is
Mhm.
that person that is moved by it. So that's why he targeted Lee. See, I've always said it's about Chris. Chris is always intentional.
Right.
What he does, the way he moves, what he talks, he's very intentional. Have known it since this episode, since this season started. Even the times when you will notice whenever it's the girls' time, he's always trying to talk to all the girls, always trying to like be in the good books of all of them. And I'm like, that's why I'm just like I'm not really like going to side with him in this Jessica stuff because he
Right.
himself is not being straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor Chris. I bet he wish he could get them shoes back.
But I feel like they are friends, so I know they are friends, so I don't think if that would be it will be an issue between them. I don't think it will be.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be an issue between them, but I just feel like it's as in I felt it was like planned. I felt it didn't
Calculated.
look right to me.
Yeah, like it was calculated.
Yeah, it looked so calculated to me. It looked so unauthentic to me.
Right. Yeah,
It looked so
I see
unauthentic.
it. I see it that way because, like I said, why didn't he give her the shoes when they first got there?
Mm.
You know, he just waits until the right time when they know they're having
Mm-hmm.
deliberations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Exactly.
don't forget, I gave you a gift, so talk for me in there. You know.
Yeah. Being support of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I also felt like what he was doing. Like, well, let's let and now that he's off the show,
Mm-hmm.
let's see how it's going to play out now. But you see next week episode, you see what Quinton is doing?
Oh yeah.
He's trying to play games,
Mm-hmm.
trying to still have what's her name? Lee, while still pursuing
Janelle.
Janelle. What
Mm-hmm.
the hell is that sort of game?
Yeah, but you know what? It looks like Janelle kind of sees through that. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's a soft woman, but she's not stupid. You know, I think she sees that he's kind of toying with her. You know, but he's Team Janelle right now. You know,
Hmm. Well, let's
maybe
let, let's
he's trying to stay in the game too.
yeah, he's trying. I feel like he's trying to play games. So let's just wait and see how the next week's episode is gonna turn out. I'm like anticipating. Now I can't wait for the reunion to come on. Let's
Oh
see
yeah.
how that's gonna play out. And I'm actually praying that I'm trying to chat up with most of them to grant me interviews. So I'm just praying, like crossing my fingers that they do answer and they grant me, because I would love to chat with most of them
Oh, that would be great.
after the reunion.
That would be great. I hope they do get in touch back with you.
I literally hope they get back with me for us to talk about everything that went on during the show. Well, guys, I guess that's what we're going to end it for today. Thank you guys for joining us on today's recap and review of Ready to Love Season 8, Episode 10. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. The more you like, the more YouTube recommends our video. And also, don't forget to click on the subscription button down below to subscribe. And you can also join our membership, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, love and married tribe. Yeah. We'll see you guys same time tomorrow.
All right. You have a good day.
And you too.
Okay. Bye bye.